I was on the trajectory of killing other people because of my shame and self-hatred. I was absolutely horrified of uncovering the reasons behind why I had lived under the shackles of shame in my life. It's a prison of lies that is often the safest place for a man who believes that the truth outside may be the very thing that kills him. And that's how I lived my life. I believed the lies because I thought that the truth, if it came out, that truth would be the very thing that killed me. Ultimately, as you'll see in my story, I'm going to change the way that you may think about I, myself, and me, because ultimately in my story, what you're going to see, and why I named my book My Suicide Race, is because I actually did end up committing a suicide. I actually did end up finally standing up for myself. I actually did end up killing the person that I had become because of my lies, so I could step into the person that I was meant to be. A lot of us believe that it's our experiences that cause our mental health issues. It's me going through this that caused me to feel this certain way. We think that our experiences are the things that create our trauma. We think that our experiences are the things that create our depression and our anxiety. But guys, what that really is a lie. The thing that's continuing to perpetuate the trauma, the depression, is the way that we continue to play out these experiences in our lives. The way that I continued to play out my traumas, the way that I continued to play out my pains and my fears was going to be the way that my experiences continued to weigh me down and continued to have me in a state of depression and anxiety. And it wasn't until I changed my relationship with those experiences that I was finally able to get free of that and regain power in my life. As long as we live our life where the experience of our past have power over us, we will not be able to step into our best self. You're gonna hear me talk about the rapes that I went through and how at one point I thought that I would never be the same. And I almost gave in to that life, but I didn't have to. And you don't have to either. I like to call myself a mind, body, and spirit alchemist. With these steps of acceptance, illumination, education, and transformation, we can take anything that we go through and we can turn it into something positive and something useful. Only 5 years ago, I was basically homeless and I was reluctantly married to my second wife. I'm laying on this concrete floor. I had just gotten married and I recognize that I'm repeating a cycle over again. And I know inside of my heart, this is the second time that I'm destroying somebody's life. I knew that I was a menace to society. I had become a menace to everybody in my life. I believed that I was broken. I believed that there was no help there for me. I believed that I was a horrible person. I had been in jail in almost every county in Montana for DUIs. I have a rap sheet that's like an encyclopedia. I began to believe that this guilty person, that the things that were causing me to feel guilty were who I was. It's the way that I continued to play it out in my life that would ultimately give my experiences power over my life. The only choice that I have, the only thing that's within my power is to teach people how to go through their experiences and to transmute them into something positive. How they too can become mind, body, and spirit alchemists. The answer of why somebody ended up in a car wreck is not important. The answer of how they continue to play it out, that's important. The answer of why somebody is gay is not important whatsoever because it's not a problem. Now, how they continue to play out being gay is a problem. If they continue to live their life as a gay man, a destructive gay man who's mad, who's angry, who's using his experience and who he is as something negative, then that is the problem. If he continues to play out his life in the prison of lies where he believes that he's safe, and he continues to hurt other people because of those lies, then that is what's important. And it was by accepting myself that I was able to notice why I was where I was in all these different areas. After I noticed why I was there, I was able to connect with people who had done it before, who had succeeded, who had become more in life. I will go ahead and tell you, well, looking at these pictures is still absolutely baffling to me. I still can't believe that that guy on the front of this book is me. I can't believe that I'm standing here talking to you guys today. My life has become an example of turning a rock, turning something negative, and turning it into something golden. Unfortunately, I can't prevent myself from going through future hardships and future difficulties and future challenges. But here's what I can do. I can prevent and I can control how, after I go through those experiences, how I continue to play them out in my life. And what I can do for my kids and what I can do for you is to help you see that no matter what you go through and no matter what you've been through, you too can emerge and you too can use them for positive in your life. No matter how or why you're struggling with the pain of potentially coming out, of accepting yourself, you too can use your story and your experience as a source of light. Coming out is a celebration of using our pain, of using something that we were so ashamed of that we would have held on to it to the bitter, bitter end. So if you want to learn anything more about how to transmute the negative in your life and turn it into something positive, maybe it's the negative feelings that you think about coming out and you want to turn it into positive, connect with me afterwards. Maybe it's the depression that you feel. Maybe it's the fear or the anxiety or the pains that you've gone through and you want to learn how to turn them into something positive. Connect with me. I will show you how to use mind, body, and spirit alchemy so that you too can have a much more positive impact on your own life and other people's life.